Oh, look, they have an iron. I did all this.
Oh no.
The next day I was there, and the guy came down the stairs and he's like, "What's up with my shirt?" All these black lines all over the shirt. And I'm like, fuck. And he had a housekeeper. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to say something. And
She did it.
I can't let. And
Was she nice to you at least?
she was nice.
Oh, okay.
And she said, "I don't know, there's something on the iron." He said, "Okay, just get a new iron." And I was like, phew!
Dodge a bullet.
Dodge a bullet. He's not yelling at her. It's not her fault. Nobody knows. And then I took that iron.
Nice. Everyone wins.
It's nobody's fault.
Damn.
Getting rid of that iron? I'll take it. I'll take it.
Don't worry. Oh, come on, it's a good iron. It's not good.
Still works.
Are you still friends with that scumbag so-called
Yeah, he was
friend?
the best man at my first wedding.
Oh. Charge you $50 to use his tools. How much of a friend? He's more like an acquaintance.
No, he's a good friend. I've known this guy for longer than anybody else I've ever known.
Wow.
30 years.
81.
Wow, 81.
It's 81, bro.
Wow.
So I need, if I'm using pre-finished edge banding, I have to put something between the iron and the edge banding or it will melt the finish. A piece of paper would work. If you are using paper,
No ink.
no ink. You can either use clean white paper, or if you're doing this, fold it.
Does the lines count as ink too?
I don't know, you'd have to find out. Usually not, but regular blue ink, and then especially any printer ink is thermo setting, so that will just reprint back on the edge.
Ooh, maybe you could print something out and then just iron it
Not
out.
gonna burn the paper.
Like this is the edge of the.
Doesn't get that hot.
Science magic. Whippersnapper.
If you let it sit on the edge banding, raw edge banding, you can get it to start to char, like not flame, but come down like you're burning it on the salt. Okay, so I'm putting pressure on it, and I'm trying to pressure the edges too, so I'm going up a little bit on its edge. Okay, and then if it's a short edge like this, you want to burnish it down, or you want to set it. So press it down, make sure it's pressed down. If you use too much heat for too long and too much pressure, you will force all the glue out, and then it won't stay.
So you're just pressing it briefly.
Yeah, you can see it's a little bit warm, so, and that's enough. Okay, you would normally do this edge and this edge,
Going across.
and then you would trim those, and you come back and do these two edges. Okay, so how do I trim this end? How do I trim this? I have this tool. And then I also have
You slow, you blow.
So to trim this, you trim the ends first, then you trim the sides. You can do this in a number of ways. There are like 8 different kinds of ways to do this. The simplest way is to go like this. And then go like that.
I like that way.
Okay? You can flip it over like this and use a chisel. Right? No, that's not one of the ways. There's a chisel in here somewhere.
Angelina have cheese.
Should be wider than that, but no, we should have like a 3/4 inch or 1 inch chisel. You would just put it like that. So it was the whole thing, and you just bang it and just pop off.
Cool.
You can go out and buy yourself one of these.
It just does that?
Fancy
Well.
mandolin.
That's all it does. Put it on like that and it just puts it off.
That thing looks kind of expensive.
Yeah, it's like $130.
This guy let us hold those for $50 in.
There's a cheaper kind of version of this that you can buy for like $20, $30. That's like, it's made out of this color kind of plastic. And you squeeze it like that.
Is there
You can get it on Amazon.
any kind of way that you can do that without using it?
I just did it with my thumb.
Yeah, you just like bent it.
Hey,
That you can ship?
when you get, if you're gonna do it with your thumb, don't go out.
This doesn't have any glue, right?
Go down first.
It does.
And then it's gonna leave this
it's
little
already there.
rough edge.
Yes,
And you just sand it. Once you sand it, you're going to be hard pressed to tell the difference between that and that once they're sanded. The $150 tool or just your thumb. But you're going to go into shops and you're going to go like this, and they're going to go, "Ah, don't do that!" And they're going to say, "You got to use this tool." And then you're going to go in other shops and you're going to go, "You got the tool?" And they're going to go, "What are you talking about? Just break it off with your thumb."
I like that.
So you're going to be, and somebody's going to say, "No, you got to use a chisel." I don't. What you're going to find out is everybody's got their own way of doing this, and they're going to think it's the right way to do it, and it's just going to be the way they do it, and that's it. Just do it the way they want to do it. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do it. It's what gets you to the final thing that you want. So don't say, "Oh, they don't know what they're doing." Just do what they want to do. Okay? So once you're there, you're just going to get a sanding block and some 120 paper. So we get some 120 paper.
320?
Yeah, 120.
What? Have 320.
Right here.
Is what?
You got a block? Yeah, you're gonna be able to do it on that. Wah, wah. Yeah, you can't take them off because there's not enough money. That's why I grabbed that. So that's it. Another. Oh, that's an illustration. Okay, so that's done. Now we have to do the edge. One way to do the edge is some people will say you have to use a cabinet scraper. So this is an old tool. Cabinet scrapers predate sandpaper. So like before there was sandpaper, people needed to smooth wood, so they used cabinet scrapers. Well, think about it. If I had this thing, I could smooth the wood as well as sandpaper. Somebody's got to make that sandpaper. Like if you didn't have the process to deposit finely graded grains on a piece of paper, and then if you had like horses, you would have to throw sandpaper in satchels and carry it around. So they had these things. It's a hardened piece of steel, but you got to learn how to sharpen it. We're not going to teach you how to sharpen it. We used to teach you how to sharpen these things, but we don't anymore.
Did somebody cut their finger?
No, because the previous job developer before Cassandra, got here and we were doing all these things that were like old world, kind of like teaching how to sharpen chisels and stuff like that. And he thought like, you know, do you really need to teach people how to do that? How many shops are like, people are doing that?
That's a fair question.
And we were like, no, you got to do it because that's how we learn. And then he went out and he wrote a survey and sent it out to all these shops. And some of the questions are like, does anybody use a cabinet scraper? Does anybody sharpen chisels?
Damn.
And he wiped us out. Oh,
Drop some knowledge on you.
exactly. Like out of like the 100 people that responded, it was like one person needed somebody to know how to sharpen a chisel, and nobody used the cabinet scraper. So they're like, yeah, I learned how to use it, but we don't use it in day-to-day shops, so I don't have anybody use it. So,
But it's so useful sometimes.
yeah, it's useful to know how to sharpen it and how to use it. But the way you would use it is to take it and you would go like this, and then you would quickly get it down and use it like a guillotine, like you're pressing it down across and you're peeling this off. I've never really liked using it for that. Scott was the first person that showed me how to trim with that, like that. And that's how he did it. But it's one way of doing it. I've always used one of these tools. Okay, so this tool is an edge banding trimmer. There's a couple different styles, but they're both similar. Okay, the way they work. The edge banding goes in that little groove. So like this. Not like that. The groove has got that little piece of metal, and that's the cutting edge right there, that little curve. Okay, it has arrows for the way that you're going to go. This one has cuts in both directions, not at the same time, but either cuts like this or like this. You know what I'm trying to do. Okay. What do we know about wood and grain direction? It matters. So you want to look at this, and you can see that the grain is sort of going up like this. So I think that I'm going to be pushing it that way there, and then when I flip it over, I'm going to be pushing it that way. Let's find out if I'm right. So I'm going to take this like this, and put this on here like this, and if you don't get it the whole way, you just go back and do it again. These things get dull after a while. You can replace this or just replace the whole thing. That's the way. You can just get new blades or
Oh, you just screw it up.
yeah, or buy a whole new thing.
Okay.